Hi, my name is Chiqui Cartagena, and I am the Vice President of Corporate Marketing for Univision. And I'm also the author of Latino Boom II. Latino Boom II is my most recent book. Obviously, it's number 2 because I wrote number 1 about 8 years ago. And the inspiration behind Latino Boom II was really the desperate need to update the data on this incredibly dynamic market. But the reason why I started writing books about the Latino market was because there was a complete need to help people understand the growth of the market, which I think now is much more clear thanks to the last couple census. But still, there's a lot of ignorance, there's a lot of stereotyping, and there's a lot more education that needs to happen. So I wrote Latino Boom II. It just came out. It's doing phenomenally well. It's available online only. So on Amazon, iTunes, Kindle, whatever your favorite flavor is. I've been involved with the Hispanic market for over 25 years. And I started my career actually at Univision when it was still called Spanish International Network in 1985. But throughout my career, and I've worked both in media and on the client side, and in magazines, and in newspapers, and in television, I really have felt that the Latino community was really misunderstood. Really not well understood, mainly because of the language issue. But as I explained in the book, language is no longer a differentiating factor. Actually, culture is the most important thing about the Latino community today, and culture really is becoming the new currency of marketing in the United States and around the world. One of the reasons why I wrote this book and why I write these books is because they're chock full of data. I mean, from chapter to chapter, you have everything from the Latino influence and how it's influencing the 7 major economic sectors, to a chapter on the top 8 markets and how those are defined by different Latino groups, to data on how to really reach Latinos through a new marketing perspective, what I call total market strategy, what everybody's talking about these days. So the book is a business primer for people who want to put together a business plan. It's, again, full of the latest census information. Americana. The concept of Americana is one that we talk about in the book. That is actually from a proprietary research that we conducted here at Univision and that we share with clients who come to do work with us. And it's really based on semiotic research that we've been doing to really understand the intersection of Hispanic culture with what we call general market culture. And what we really wanted to know was how those two intersect and what does that look like. And that's what we call Americana, right? The ability that Latinos have to live completely dual lives, right? You can be 100% American and you can be 100% Latino, and there's really no contradiction in that. That's unlike past generations where one culture had to win and the other one had to lose. If you think of the old paradigm of Ricky Ricardo and Lucy LaBelle, right? There was a paradigm and what made that show funny was that one culture won and sometimes the other culture won. But this new concept is really based on new research and the way the new American reality looks, which is that we live in intercultural marriages, that the face of America has changed a lot, and that cultural fluency is captured in those two words, Americana, and, adding the ñ on top of it, it gives it the Latin flavor that everybody's looking for. Latinos in Tech is actually a great conversation to be having now, because thanks to the advances that have happened in technology, what really social media has unleashed, really, is this power, right, that is natural and instinctive to Latinos to share and create and do things with the people that they love. And so technology simply amplifies what is already a cultural inherited thing we have, which is Radio Bemba, right? Which is the ability for us to share and create stuff that we love, that whether it's pictures or content. So you see it, the data shows it, it's in the book, of course, how Latinos over-index in mobile usage, in online usage, in social media, in content marketing, in YouTube. I think we're just starting to see the tip of the wave of really sort of ideations and creations coming through all these great technological innovations, and I think Latinos are the tip of the spear. They are leading many other communities in the United States, mainly because they're young and also because they're lacking a voice. They don't see their voice represented, and we want them to have a voice. One of the great ways that our audience is connecting with the work that I do at Univision and the content that we're putting out there in Spanish obviously is through technology. Social media is huge for us. We're engaging our fans to tune in, to comment. And this year we launched a new sort of digital front door for Univision. First time ever in history that we put up an enormous amount of our content on uvideos.com. And the response has been amazing. People are uploading this stuff, downloading the stuff, sharing the stuff, commenting on the stuff. And the coolest thing is that it's bilingual. You can navigate the whole thing in English or in Spanish, whatever you prefer. So we're acknowledging that even though we are leaders in Spanish language media and Spanish language content is by far our forte, we have a 73% share. I mean, how can it not be? We are also looking into new English language platforms. I'm not much of a techie. I'm definitely an Apple person. Have always been, have been forever. And I think I'll be loyal to Apple. I also have a Mac here at work. Well, what's next that I see that intrigues me about the Latino community is really this issue of identity. I think the next big thing that we're going to be talking about a lot is that identity, because I think millennials are helping us relook at the way we look at people, right? We look at demographics. Millennials are rejecting labels. They're rejecting the whole notion of being part of a demographic. They're much more individualistically centric, right? I am a unique person. I happen to be half Puerto Rican, half Spanish, a lesbian. All those things define me, a marketing person, a media person, an author. And those, I see that millennials are really self-defining and really trying to find a unique voice in a real individualistic kind of way. So I think these big, broad labels that we've been dealing with in marketing are going away. And I think along with identity is the conversation of race, right? Because one of the issues that I talk about in the book a lot is how Latinos really don't fit into these boxes, right? I'm not white, I'm not black, I'm brown. So what does that mean? What does that make me? And how does that affect everything that this country is set up to do? So I think that's the issue that intrigues me most. That's what I'll probably be writing about next. But career-wise, I'm here, I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more.